Hello and welcome. My name is Noel. This is CES 2024. This year it is all on. This is CES 100th anniversary. I'm here with Lonnie Carriaga at Supernal. Here is the future, the next generation. Lonnie, can you tell me what is this beautiful machine we have back here?
Perfect. Yeah, so this is SA2. This is basically the evolution of our eVTOL aircraft. That stands for electric vertical takeoff and landing. This is a new form of mobility that is meant to work with existing transportation options, but also allow for efficient travel. And so instead of being stuck in congestion in busy streets in metropolitan areas, this will allow you to basically take off vertically, fly over some of that traffic, and land vertically and get to your destination quicker.
Now, this is this gearing toward someone owning it themselves, or is it more like a rideshare transportation system?
Yeah, so entry into service is going to be focused on the air taxi business model.
Okay.
So operators will operate this like a rideshare, and so it'll allow a lot more consumers and passengers to get exposure to this type of technology, and then as it matures and scales. The future is kind of open for that, yeah.
Gotcha. Now, looking at it, the size of it, a little bit bigger than like a two-seater plane. How many passengers can this carry?
Yeah, so right now we've actually got a modular cabin. So it's sized currently for 4 passengers and a pilot, but we've also got options where those seats can be removed, and then we've got a 2-passenger configuration and then a cargo configuration as well.
Gotcha. At this particular scale, what would be like the payload or something like that?
Yeah, so we're not actually talking payload numbers, we're talking about passengers.
Okay.
And so basically the max passenger capability for this would be the 4 passengers and the pilot.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really, really awesome. And like you said, you will have the capability to remove some of the seat and have a cargo area in the back.
Yep.
Now, what kind of regulation will be needed for something like this to happen? And how far in the future are we looking? Is it like 10 years, 15 years, maybe next year? Next CES, you'll be coming down in one of these?
So we're looking for entry into service in 2028. And I like how you talked about regulation and that certification aspect of it. So air travel right now is highly regulated by the FAA, and it's one of the safest forms of transportation. And so we want to translate that same type of safety, that same type of confidence in the technology in this new form of transportation. So we plan on starting certification testing in 2026 with entry into service in 2028.
Wow, that is awesome. Now, where was this built? Where are you guys headquarters at?
Yeah, so our engineering headquarters is in Irvine, California. We also have a location in Fremont that does some R&D on our energy storage system and intelligence systems. And then we also have a location in Washington, D.C. So we're part of Hyundai Motor Group, but we are an American company, Supernal is.
Nice. So Hyundai Motor Group.
Yeah.
How did that partnership or collaboration happen? What if of this is Supernal and what is Hyundai? What is that collaboration?
Yeah, so I think Supernal is another arm of basically Hyundai Motors Group's future mobility vision.
Gotcha.
And so this is a new technology to be integrated in basically all the other forms of transportation, existing and future options, right? And so Supernal is basically focusing on this eVTOL and the AAM aspect of that kind of transportation ecosystem. Yeah.
Looking at this right here, the 4 propellers in the front are on the vertical state, which is what it would look like taking off, and I'm guessing when passengers are getting in and out.
Correct. So basically there are 8 tilt rotors on the vehicle. So you've got 4 in the front and 4 in the back, and they basically will tilt for the different phases of flight. So what you're seeing in the front right now, this would be a vertical flight phase, and so the back would actually tilt under for that vertical flight.
So opposite.
Yep.
Okay.
And then when it transitions to forward flight, basically they would tilt down and act more like a propeller.
Gotcha. Now something like this. Now we're talking about propellers, and what are we looking at as far as like speed? Like if we're going forward, what is the maximum speed projected to do?
Yep, so I'm not going to tell you max speed, it's kind of more based off of the averages. So average speed is around 120 miles per hour, which is definitely faster than when you're driving. Yeah. But even with that and kind of the route optimization that you would get from flying versus being stuck on kind of congested roads, there's a significant amount of time savings.
I mean, that's really awesome. Oh, what are we looking at as far as range?
Yep, yeah. So this is 100% battery powered. So it's an electric vehicle, 0 emissions in flight, battery powered. And with that, we're looking at average ranges around 25 to 40 miles with a max range around 60.
60, okay. And I'm guessing those ranges will be highly affected based on car like capacity, how many people are on board.
Correct, yep. And so part of that is, our idea of making our battery packs or our battery modules more modular so that they have the basically potential for upgrades in the future. So battery technology has changed significantly in the last few years, and it's projected
Every year
to
it's changing, The issue that is happening right now and with a lot of electric vehicles and period is weight. Like the longer range you want, the more weight, the more cells, which give you more weight, which in turn reduce the range because you have more weight to carry. So it's like a very delicate balance that you have to find. What are you guys looking for? Like currently those batteries, what is the chemical? What are you using? Like lithium ion, or any kind of other mixtures, or what are the cells going to be made out of?
So current battery technology is focusing on lithium ion, but we're doing a lot of development. We're working heavily with Hyundai Mobis on battery maturation, different types of cells, cell chemistry to really optimize for this type of use case. EV automotive has a specific type of use case, but we're able to leverage that kind of know-how from Hyundai Mobis, and then how can we mature that technology for something that's useful for this type of vehicle. And then as that matures, we're going to get improvements in range, we're going to get improvements in lightweighting, or just overall, power optimization for this type of vehicle.
Does this baby have a name?
Yes, so we're calling it the SA2, which is pretty straightforward. I've loved the military programs where they connect it to some, predator or something like that. But right now it's the SA2.
The next step on that is what we talked about, which is starting certification testing in 2026. Once that happens, you guys are looking to start production in 2028.
Correct.
Anything else we need to know about this? Like, how did you guys get it in here?
I can't tell you that. The magicians of, I'm assuming they once they've built the building, they kind of assembled it in here. One thing that I did want to note is working heavily with Genesis Design Center, really taking those lessons learned from the automotive passenger experience, creating a design and aesthetic for our passenger compartment that is comfortable, that is, calming, that leads the future riders of this type of technology to want to come in and feel safe and feel, comfortable through their journey.
On the road, safety is still prioritizing, but when you're in the air, you cannot afford to have anything go wrong. So that is amazing. Well, Lonnie, thank you very much for taking a moment to speak with me. I cannot wait to see maybe a CES in 2030. You guys will be coming down the ceiling and just land here.
Maybe you would use this to get yourself to CES in 2030.
I'm looking forward to it. Let's make a deal. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for speaking with me.
Yeah, thanks.